Mabuhay Pilipinas! Welcome mga kaboxing sa inyong paboritong bakbakan show. Manny Pacquiao presents Blow by Blow in partnership with San Miguel Beer. Ito po ang inyong likod, Tadin Kinito Henson. Sama-sama natin panuurin isa na namang makasaysayan na sagupaan at salpukan. Aba, nakarating na po tayo sa Pasig, Iloilo, sa Jensan, sa Narbacan, sa Okada, sa Imus, sa Mandaluyong, sa Quezon City, San Juan, at ngayon po nasa Pasay City tayo. Cuneta Ashram ang ating venue for another Blow by Blow edition.
Mas pinagandaan pa po namin lalo dahil hindi naman po yung pinakatuktok ng tagumpay namin. Mas inangat pa po namin yung training namin. Pinagandaan ko po kasi bago ko lang din po nakuha yan at mas higit pa po yung gusto namin doon at kaya didepensahan ko po talaga yung title.
Sakit din para sa akin bilang kaibigan niya, ganun nangyayari Kinit. Pero ginawa ko na lang po yung inspirasyon si Kinit para yung pangarap niya, ako po mismo ang papatuloy. Kaya ito na po ngayon, bumalik ako sa Bombay Bro. Sasabi ko sa kalaban ko, magaling yun po. Pero yung masasabi ko talaga, magandang laban talaga to.
At nandito po tayo sa Cuneta Ashram, Ross Boulevard, Pasay City. We've got a main event coming up and it's going to be a championship fight. Kasama po natin si Pasay City Congressman Tony Calixto is in the building. Maraming salamat po sa inyong mainit na pagsalubong sa Blow by Blow sa Pasay City. Ma'am Marife Barrera, CEO ng Blow by Blow MP Promotions. Ma'am Len Tomas, Director of Operations of Blow by Blow MP Promotions. Kasama din po natin Pasay City Mayor Emmy Calixto Rubiano, our Barangay Chairman 128 Zone 13 ng Pasay City, Jericho Tañedo, along with other VIPs, Johnny and Lisa Elorde, Bebot Elorde. Sama-sama po tayong nag-i-enjoy at nanonood ng magandang programa ng masa, Blow by Blow. And huwag niyong kalilimutan po, subscribe and follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and YouTube, Blow by Blow MP. Ang ating social media, of course, very active. Ang ating rules for this main event, no 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Only the referee can stop the fight, and a fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Not even the last round. Yan po ang ating mga rules. Ang main event po natin, this is a 12-rounder. In the Bantamweight division, Maquilan kontra Facularin. Magandang laban po ito. Makikita po natin sa ating tail of the tape a comparison of their statistics. Si Maquilan po has 9 wins but only 1 loss with 6 knockouts. Facularin with 8 wins, all of them by knockout with 1 loss. And makikita din po natin not too much difference in their height and reach. Pareho po silang kanan. It's gonna be a good one. Both made the weight of 118-pound limit. The Bantamweight division, ito na po. Let's turn you over to our ring announcer, Bobby Mondihar, for the official intros.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the fighter fighting, coming into the ring, Jason Facularin. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the fighter coming into the ring, Noli James Maquilan. Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Pacquiao presents Blow by Blow here at the Conetas Astrodome, Pasay City, in partnership with San Miguel Beer, in coordination with City Mayor Imelda Emmy Calixto Rubiano, and Congressman of Pasay City, Tony Calixto, and Barangay Chairman of 128 Zone 13, Jericho Taniedo. All professional boxing bouts are sanctioned by the Games and Amusements Board. GAB Commissioners, Attorney Manuel Plaza III, Angel Bautista, and the Chief of Boxing and Other Contact Sports, Miss Jackie Lou Cacho Ornido. Ringside physicians, Dr. Noel Napa and Dr. John De Leon. Timekeepers, Kim Dangan, Romulo Santiago. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is for the WBC Asia Continental Bantamweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the fighter fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 117.2 pounds. He has a record of 8 wins, 1 loss. 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Ringmaster Boxing Gym, Davao City. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Facularin. Facularin. Right across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 117.2 pounds. He has a record of 9 wins, 1 loss, 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Peñalosa Boxing Gym, Better Living in Parañaque City. Ladies and gentlemen, the defending champion, WBC Asia Continental Bantamweight champion, Noli James Maquilan. Maquilan. Judges at ringside, Oliver Garcia, Carlo Baluyot, and Virgil Garcia. And third man in the ring, Gerald Tomeldan. This will be 12 rounds of professional boxing.
Alright, Jason, Noli, binigyan ko na ng instruction kanina sa dressing room, ha? Protect yourself at all time, obey my command, and don't do any foul. Very good luck.
Scheduled for 12 po tayo. This is for the WBC Asia Continental Bantamweight Championship. Si Noli James Maquilan is the defending champion. Ang challenger po, si Jason Facularin. Both of these guys are hard hitters. They're heavy-handed. Si Maquilan po, turned pro in 2021. Natalo po sa kanyang professional debut and a unanimous decision 4-rounder to Javier Amistoso. But since then, has racked up 9 straight wins. The last 3 on blow-by-blow. Ang kanyang last fight was in March. Tinapos po niya si Benny Cañete in the 7th round by a knockout. Yan po si Maquilan. At ang kanyang challenger naman po si Facularin. Aba, magandang record din po niya. 8 knockouts in 8 wins with only 1 loss. His only loss was in his blow-by-blow debut in 2023. Doon po tinalo siya ni Kenneth Egano in a fight where right after, Egano collapsed and passed away a few days later. Facularin lost that fight, but yun nga, ang kanyang opponent, si Kenneth Egano, passed away shortly after that fight. But since then has won 4 in a row. It's going to be a good one. Expect fireworks in this fight. First turn-rounder po ni Facularin. And for Maquilan, this is already his second 12-rounder. Both these guys know how to administer pain. At yan po ang tawag ni Facularin sa kanya sarili. He is called The Pain. And he intends to inflict a lot of pain on his opponent, si Noli James Maquilan. Big shots being thrown here by Facularin to the body of Maquilan. Facularin looks like he's targeting yung katawan ni Maquilan. And that time connecting with the left to the side of the head ni Facularin. But there was a punch to the back of the head of Maquilan. So given a warning there by referee Gerald Tomeldan. That punch right at the belt line. Again, the attack to the body by Facularin. Throwing a lot of heavy leather very early in this fight to set the tone. Facularin, he is the challenger. Hindi po sanay manalo si Facularin ng hindi knockout. 8 knockouts in 8 wins. That's 100% performance in terms of knockout rate.
Back of the head, back of the head. Walang susuntok.
We promised you salpukan. Ito, nakikita natin. Ang sagupaan between Noli James at saka si Jason. Nagtinginan pa yung dalawa. There appears to be some bad blood brewing inside that ring between Facularin at saka si Maquilan. Yan po si The Pain. Hindi po umuupo si Facularin. Baka nakalimutan nila. Ilabas yung stool ni Facularin. He's standing up. At doon naman si Maquilan is sitting down. Ito, panuorin po natin. Almost a knockdown scored in that first round. You saw that jarring left hand. Na off-balance si Maquilan from that punch. But staying firm, standing up. Yan po si Facularin. Round number 2 coming up. This is the long haul. 12 rounds po ang schedule natin. Championship fight. WBC Asia Continental Bantamweight Championships on the line. Maquilan and Facularin trading long shots. Trading jabs. Maquilan beginning to tee off now on Facularin. Nice uppercut there by Facularin. Maquilan returning the favor. Napapatras doon si Maquilan. Facularin showing a lot of power. Oh, the right hand connected to the side of the face ni Maquilan. Maquilan backing off. Maquilan's corner, you see Jonathan Peñalosa, a former WBC flyweight title challenger. Maquilan has to keep his wits together. Facularin showing a lot of power behind his shots. Both these fighters are long-limbed, nice length. There's a left hand coming from Maquilan, and then the left hand coming from The Pain, Facularin. Tumama yun. And more shots coming from Facularin. Maquilan trying an uppercut that missed. Maquilan is not intimidated by the power of Facularin. As you see, Facularin's cornermen urging him on, bricks and bright in the corner of Facularin. Facularin, a very dangerous fighter and a serious counter puncher. Maquilan moving in, closing the gap between Siya at si Facularin. Missing with his shots, now going to the left jab. That has been his trademark. He's won 9 in a row entering this fight. Noli James, Maquilan. Shots to the body there by Facularin. So active. Taas ng work rate ni Facularin. Throwing a lot of punches. Again, the combination. Tumama doon si Maquilan. The left hand from Maquilan. Connected, but that was just one punch. Facularin throwing a lot of punches. Taas ng volume. Maquilan again connecting with the left hand. Once more, nagtinginan yung dalawa. Nagkakainisan sa loob ng ring. Maquilan, nakatama siya ng magagandang kaliwa. But just one punch at a time, while Facularin has been relying on his combinations to get the edge over Maquilan. It's been action-packed so far, and we expect a lot more fireworks as this fight rolls out. We are scheduled for 12. And we're just moving into round number 3. Panurin po natin. Punch of the round. That was a left hand scored by Maquilan. Watch it again. Yun, tumama. Yung kaliwa ni Maquilan. Not solidly, however. And then Maquilan trying to follow it up with a right hand. Both these fighters have had their moments. Now he's got the thumbs up.
Right box.
Maquilan moving in, looking to throw that jab. Watch the combination of Maquilan. When he throws that left jab, watch the right straight. There it is, the right straight from Maquilan. But Facularin is throwing a lot of ammunition at Maquilan. Facularin doesn't mind getting hit so long as he's able to hit back. Now he's shooting his own left jab. Another left jab and a right straight coming from Facularin. He's outworking Maquilan. Clearly a higher volume of punches coming from Facularin. There he goes again. Combination with 1, 2, 3. A lot of his shots aimed at the body of Maquilan. Maquilan putting his head on the chest of Facularin. Maquilan, as he moves in, he's getting hit by Facularin. Nice head movement by Maquilan to avoid the punches from Facularin. He's got to be busier. Maquilan has to be busier. He's got to go with that left jab. See, Facularin is throwing that left jab instead. Maquilan throwing that right uppercut, but getting tagged by Facularin, who's getting the better of the exchanges so far. They're in the center of the ring. Tumatama yung mga left jab ni Facularin, setting the pace for that right hand. Maquilan now coming back. Deadly punch ni Maquilan. You watch his uppercut. The right uppercut of Maquilan. Grazing left hand by Maquilan. Left hand scored there by Maquilan. And that got the attention of Facularin. And then Maquilan throwing that right uppercut that just barely missed. Maquilan connecting with the right hand. And there's Facularin. Maquilan looks like he might have hurt Facularin. And there's a cut. A cut has been opened in the corner of the left eye of Facularin. And that came from a punch. That was not from an accidental headbutt. So a wound has been opened. A cut has been inflicted by Maquilan. cut over the ref. You watch it here. Was there a headbutt? There was a headbutt, yes. There was a headbutt. An accidental headbutt has opened that cut over the left eye of Facularin. So I correct myself, there was an accidental headbutt and not a legitimate punch that opened that cut. Round number 4. The crowd so engaged in this fight. They're roaring at every punch that is connected. Maquilan, meron na po siyang target. That time, Facularin connecting. Maquilan under pressure. Facularin, there's blood dripping from that cut. The corner of his left eye. Again, working behind that left jab. Facularin. Precision punching there coming from Maquilan. Maquilan looking to target that left eye of Facularin. Both fighters connecting with stiff left jabs. There's another left jab coming from Facularin. Maquilan is dangerously close to Facularin. Nagkakataman yung dalawa. Nagkakasakitan. And that's how the fans like it. Fireworks being exploded here inside the ring. Overhand right. Galing kay Maquilan. Wild swing by Maquilan. Missed everything. And there's more blood coming out of that cut. That has to be seen again. Facularin on the attack. He's catching Maquilan to the body. He's pressing the action. Maquilan throwing that left jab. But he's taking a lot of punishment here in this round. 10-second clapper has sounded. Again, that stiff left jab coming from Facularin. But blood is oozing out of that cut. It's a bad cut. It's a nasty cut. It's over the left eye. Panurin po natin, punch of the round. Will they be able to control that cut? Again, Maquilan scoring with the right hand to his target. Yun. Yung target niya, yung left eye ni Facularin. And that was a punch of the round brought to you by San Miguel Beer. Are they going to be able to control that cut? Will the ringside physician look at it again? Umaagos yung dugo. And he put some adrenaline on the cut. That was a punch scored by Facularin. The left hand connected. Maquilan was under the gun in that sequence. Round number 5.
Right box.
Facularin clearly bothered by that cut. But he opens the round. Smoking, but Maquilan, he's gaining in confidence, And he knows he's fighting a wounded opponent. Maquilan now shooting that left jab and throwing his right hand as well. Maquilan is known to be a slow starter, but he gains ground in the middle rounds. And now in round number 5, he's throwing a lot of punches. And he's putting Facularin on the defensive. And that's the right uppercut na sinasabi natin to watch for. Dalawang beses tumama yung right uppercut ni Maquilan. A good run for Maquilan so far. Now right now, Maquilan is matching or surpassing the volume of punches ni Facularin, as you see. Pasay City Mayor Emi Calixto Rubiano watching the action with Pasay City Congressman Tony Calixto, and to her right, Ma'am Len Tomas, Operations Director of Blow by Blow MP Promotions. Another right uppercut scored by Maquilan, but a left hand
Ladies
countered.
and gentlemen, we have an open scoring in the 4th round, advised by the WBC Asian Boxing Council. Here are the scores of the 3 judges. Judge A scored it 39-37. Judge B scored it 40-36. Judge C scored it 39-37 for the challenger.
It's an open scoring system, so narinig po natin yung tinig ni ring announcer, Bobby Mondehar, but that should be announced in between the rounds. It's very distracting when you... Oh! What a shot by Maquilan! What a shot, the right hand, and the pain has gone down. Facularin going down. He's up quickly. There's still blood coming out of that cut. What a big blow. Maquilan, as we said, he's a slow starter, but once he gets his artillery going, it's all systems go, all cylinders firing. Duguan na ngayon si Facularin. And referee Tom Aldan said, let's get it on. Bumagsak na po si Facularin. First knockdown of the fight. Maquilan just taking his time. Pasensyoso si Maquilan, measuring his opponent, looking for the right timing to throw that killer blow. 10-second clapper has sounded. Will the pain survive this assault by Maquilan? It looks like he will. It looks like he will. But a knockdown has been scored in round number 5. Maquilan scoring a dramatic knockdown. Bagsak si Facularin. Very methodical fighter. Maquilan taking his time, being very patient, waiting for the right opening. Ito po ang ating punch of the round. Panoorin po natin. Yun, a picture-perfect right hand. A straight coming from Maquilan. Yun. Lumipad yung mouthpiece ni Facularin as a result of that blow. What a punch. What a blow. Any other fighter would not have gotten up from that kind of a punch. That was a smashing blow. Lipad yung mouthpiece ni Facularin. Grabe yun. Now his confidence should be sky high moving into round number 6. Maquilan scoring a big knockdown in round number 5. Methodical, but deadly and very dangerous. Noli James Maquilan defending his WBC Asia Continental Bantamweight Championship. Still, you cannot count out Facularin. His power is tremendous. 8 knockouts and 8 wins. Another big right hand scored by Maquilan. Maquilan a little bit off balance. That's blood again trickling out of that cut, the corner of or over the left eye ni Facularin. Maquilan taking his time, not wanting to punch himself out. Throwing the left jab. Looking for the right opportunity to throw the right hand. The right straight was lethal. But you have to watch for that right uppercut ni Maquilan. And for Facularin, he's not out of the woods. He's still in there fighting. Pero bumaba na dito ang work rate ni Facularin. Whereas in the previous rounds, he was so aggressive with his volume punching. Ngayon, he's taking it one punch at a time. Maquilan is looking at his opponent. Facularin throwing a combination, but just 1-2. Ang baba na ngayon ang volume of punching ni Facularin. And I think he's very wary of the punching power ng kanan ni Maquilan. Missing badly now is Facularin. He has been thrown off rhythm. Bumaba ang confidence level ni Facularin after he went down in round number 5. Maquilan is bringing down both his arms as though inviting Facularin to come in. Look at him. A picture of confidence. Oh, yun ang right uppercut yung sinasabi natin that you gotta watch for. A dangerous right uppercut ni Maquilan. Maquilan is now picking his shots. He's controlling the action now. And Facularin looks like a tired fighter at this point.
10 seconds.
There's blood all over the face of Facularin as Maquilan just walking away. What confidence being shown by Maquilan after scoring that knockdown in the 5th round, dominating the action in the 6th round. And Jonathan Peñalosa working feverishly. Facularin, on the other hand, watch this punch of the round. And that's a blow to the belt line. Yun ang sinasabi natin, yung right uppercut. Sukat na sukat ni Maquilan. And he was walking straight. That might have been below the belt, but that right uppercut landing for Maquilan. That was a punch of the round. Round number 7. Maquilan, in his last fight, he knocked out Benny Cañeta in round number 7. And that was last March at the Okada in a blow-by-blow performance. And now we're in round number 7. Will he repeat that performance at the Okada? Noli James Maquilan. He's like an assassin in the ring. Facularin bucking that cut over his left eye from an accidental headbutt in round number 3. Going down in round number 5. Trying to fight back with combinations. Maquilan looking a little cocky at this stage. He cannot afford to be overconfident. May lakas si Facularin. You cannot dismiss his power. As you see, Ma'am Marife Barrera, Ma'am Len Tomas of our blow-by-blow productions. There's Maquilan walking inside that strike zone as he throws his combinations. Facularin. Oh, Maquilan landing another big right hand. And more punches, more power punches coming from Maquilan. He's now measuring his opponent. He's picking his shots. Walking away, he's looking for the angles. Facularin, he's lost his power. He's taken too much punishment. Yan na naman si Maquilan. Facularin throwing that left jab. Still fighting so bravely, so courageously. Right hand connected there by Maquilan as Facularin was backing away. Nakatama din si Facularin, but there's so much blood coming out of that cut. They'll need... the mouthpiece has been spat out. You need to rinse that. You need to clean it up. And that's also the reason why referees are wearing those gloves. They have to handle, mouthpieces. They have to handle the blood of the fighters inside the ring. Maquilan actually was the one who had his mouthpiece out of his mouth. Now, referee Tomaldan might want to call the ringside physician to examine that cut once more. There's just too much blood coming out of that cut. At bumabanat ngayon si Facularin. As we said, don't count out this guy. He's got a big fighting heart.
Stop.
10-second clapper.
Right box.
That's the end of round number 7 again. May sinabi pa si Maquilan kay Facularin. Hindi natin alam kung anong nasabi. But certainly not sweet nothings from Maquilan. Round number 7 is ended. That was a round where Maquilan took out Benny Cañete in his last fight at the Okada last March. Jonathan Peñalosa attending to his ward, Noli James Maquilan. And yan po si Facularin. A lot of blood coming out of that cut. Panoorin po natin ang punch of the round brought to you by San Miguel Beer. Right hand connected by Maquilan. And again, yung target ni Maquilan dito, yung kaliwang mata ni Facularin that is oozing blood out of that cut. Round number 8. Knockdown was scored back in round number 5. A cut was opened by an accidental headbutt in round number 3. We promised you fireworks. We promised you salpukan at sagupaan. Yan po napapanood natin dito in a fight scheduled for 12. Facularin continuing to fight back. Facularin scoring that time. Maquilan felt that.
No push down.
And there's more blood coming out of that cut over the left eye of the pain Facularin. Right hand continuing to be thrown by Maquilan at that target, that wound of Facularin, as the blood oozing out of that cut. Combination scored by Maquilan as he's now pressing the action. And right now, Maquilan is not using distance. He's moving in. He's closing the gap because he wants to score that big knockout punch to end it all. Combination coming from the pain. There's loose tape on the left glove of Facularin. Look at the way Maquilan just slid away from harm's way. Parang hindi yata nakikita ni referee Tomaldan yung loose tape on the left glove of Facularin. There's just too much blood. Referee Tomaldan should call in the ringside physician again. Why risk an eye injury? Masyado nang malaki yung cut. And the right hand connecting once more. Now, there seems to be some blood there on the left eye of Maquilan. So there might have also been a headbutt that was inflicted. So both fighters are now bloodied and cut. It's been a bloody affair, and you wonder if the ringside physicians are checking on these fighters. It looks like a headbutt has been signaled by referee Tomeldan that inflicted that cut on Maquilan. Now both fighters are cut, both by accidental headbutts. But that cut of Facularin is severely damaging. We don't want any eye injury that's inflicted. And that was Facularin on the attack, but you see the way Maquilan just spun away from Facularin. And yan po, finally, napansin ni referee Tomeldan that loose tape that was dangling since the last round. At puputulin na lang yung tape. Ano, puputulin nila? Nasaan yung gunting? Yan ang gunting.
Right, Jason. Inside. Right timing. Right box.
Okay, here we go again. As we mentioned, both these fighters are now cut.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the scores here by the three judges. Judge A scored it 76-75 as the advice of the
open scoring system. The scores must be read in between rounds. It's very distracting when you have both fighters getting it on tapos may nag-a-announce ng scores. Pag-iisipan na lang yung scores, hindi nila pag-iisipan yung kalaban nila. Patuloy po ang aksyon dito sa loob ng ring. And now, Maquilan stepping up the action. But he's no longer looking for the home run. He's content to let this fight progress as it evolves. Looks like another headbutt has been called. Now he calls for the ringside physician to check that cut. Now under WBC rules, in a championship fight, there is the open scoring system. So after the 4th round and after the 8th round, the judges' scores are going to be read out. Now this is too severe. The cut is so deep. This is unbelievable. Ang lalim na ng sugat eh. Ang lalim ng sugat. This might cause even permanent eye damage. Of course, if he asks the fighter if he's willing to continue the fight, he'll always say yes. The fighter is not going to say no. It's up to the ringside physician to recommend to the referee. You don't ask the fighter whether he wants to continue fighting or not. The fighter will not surrender. Ang lalim ng sugat eh.
Right, 10 seconds.
10 seconds to go before the end of this round. And a connection there by Facularin. And the end of the round.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the rules of WBC Asian Boxing Council. For the 8th-round scoring, Judge A scored it 76-75. Judge B scored it 76-75. And Judge C scored it 77-74.
For whom? You have to say kung sinong in-score nila.
For Maquilan.
Yan, for Maquilan. Okay, maraming salamat. You've got to say kung sino yung in-scorean. Ito po ang punch of the round natin. Duguan si Facularin, but he scored that time. And now we're moving into round number 10. We are scheduled for 12. It's been a battle, a war inside that ring. Oh, big shot coming from Facularin. May lakas pa si Facularin. His work rate might have gone down, but he still packs that power, that natural power that has given him 8 knockouts in 8 wins. Just missing with the left hand. Maquilan. Now going back to the basics. Shooting that left jab. Looking to unload that right hand. There's some loose tape once more on that left glove of Facularin.
Gunting. Prepare.
Now off balance on si Facularin, but he got tagged with the right hand, or rather the left hand ni Maquilan. That jab, straight combination of Maquilan working like a charm. We're in the championship rounds now. This is round number 10. What a big comeback for Maquilan. Kanina, after 4 rounds, due to the open score, kanina, we heard that the challenger Facularin was ahead on points, but he's turned it around after that 5th round knockdown scored by Maquilan. Facularin going down in the 5th round. Both fighters are cut.
Tape.
Glancing right hand coming from Facularin. Action is really slowed down. And Facularin still trying to find that opening to land a big shot. The right hand caught in the arm of Facularin, so no damage inflicted by Maquilan. The delivery has been slowed down here. In terms of the hand speed, bumaba na ang hand speed ng both fighters. Oh! He's down once more. He got tagged. Facularin going down. He's rubbery legged.
6, 7, 8. Number 1.
Now, did he walk straight? Referee Tomeldan said he walked straight, but he went down once more. That's the 2nd knockdown in the fight. In the 10th round, bumagsak po si Facularin. left himself open for the big shot coming from Maquilan. Panoorin po natin, punch of the round. That time, the left hand from Maquilan. The knockdown in round number 5 was produced by the right. This time, the left hand, the left hook coming from Maquilan, bringing down Facularin for the second knockdown of the fight. Round number 11. And it looks like this might go the distance. Although Facularin was knocked down a second time late in round number 10. Will he have enough to last the distance to survive against this tremendous assault launched by Maquilan? Ang bagal na ni Facularin yung kanyang delivery. And he's rubbery legged right now. Referee Tomaldan might want to stop this. He's not fighting back. He's not fighting back. And Maquilan, he's wondering what's going to happen. Hindi na sumusuntok si Facularin. It's time to stop it. Wala nang pinubuga eh. It's over. Stop it. A little bit too late. Referee Tomaldan wanted to give Facularin more of a chance to fight back, but wala na eh. Wala nang ibubuga eh. And you could see that he was rubbery-legged. Even with his motion to move towards referee Tomaldan, I thought he wasn't walking straight. Maquilan, what a victory. He was cut up by an accidental headbutt. But this guy's got power. This guy's got guts. His 10th win in a row. Can you imagine in his first professional fight back in 2021, Maquilan lost a unanimous decision to Jover Amistoso, but since then has won 10 in a row. And he keeps his WBC Asia Continental Bantamweight Championship. Slow starting Maquilan, getting the job done. Some oxygen is being administered on Facularin. That fight should have been stopped much earlier. Noli James Maquilan with a spectacular win over the hard-hitting Jason Facularin. He raises his record to 10-1 with 7 knockouts, getting a warm embrace from Erping Peñalosa, the brother of his coach, Jonathan Peñalosa, whom you see there wearing the white t-shirt. A picture of confidence from the onset, but it was a slow start. Pinag-aralan muna niya ang style ni Facularin in the early rounds. Facularin had the slight edge on points after 4 rounds. Then Maquilan started to pour it on once he figured out his opponent. Dropped him in the 5th round, dropped him again in the 10th round, and finally referee Tomaldan calling a halt to the proceedings in the 11th round. What a victory by Noli James Maquilan. Jason Facularin, you have to hand it to this guy. He fought bravely, with a lot of heart, a lot of spirit. He didn't want to give up, but he had nothing left in the 11th round. Absolutely nothing left. I also thought that the ringside physician should have recommended a stoppage. That cut is too severe. Let's just hope that there's no permanent damage on his left optic. Ang lalim ng sugat eh. And again, a lesson learned. A lesson learned, you never ask a fighter whether he wants to continue or not. You're never going to get a no for an answer. Some VIPs being called inside the ring to witness the awarding ceremonies as Noli James Maquilan retaining his WBC Asia Continental Championship. We've got the official time now from ring announcer Bobby Mondehar.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time, 1 minute and 5 seconds of the 11th round. Winner by TKO and still WBC Asia Continental Bantam Champion, Noli James Maquilan.
Arm is being raised by Pasay City Congressman Tony Calixto. At kasama din po natin Pasay City Mayor Emmy Calixto Rubiano. Maraming salamat po. The Pasay City officials and executives, our government officials, showing up in full force
Maraming salamat po. We hope you enjoy
to show support to blow by blow. Panoorin po natin highlights of the fight, the championship fight between Noli James Maquilan and Jason Facularin. What a main event this was. A bloody fight, action-packed from start to finish. Facularin just giving it all he had. There was bad blood brewing from the start. Facularin gave it his all. In round number 3, there was a cut that was inflicted by an accidental headbutt. And round number 4, Maquilan trying to take charge. But Facularin connecting with those shots to the body and to the head. Volume punching shown by Facularin, but in the 5th round. This was big. A knockdown scored. And that blow was so hard that it dislodged the mouthpiece completely out of the mouth of Facularin. Watch it again. What a beautiful shot by Maquilan to score that knockdown in the 5th round. Ang tibay ni Facularin, despite that shot, he got up so quickly. And more action there. That right uppercut na hinihintay natin, finally connecting there for Maquilan. The 7th round. More action, and then yung target ni Maquilan, yung left eye ni Facularin. That was a steady, constant target. And both fighters connecting at the same time with their left jabs. Facularin, hindi sumusuko. He was fighting, giving it all he had in round number 9. That blood continuing to flow out of that cut in round number 10. And we'll see another knockdown scored, this time with a left hand by Maquilan. And Facularin going down once more, the 2nd time. And then in round number 11, just taking too much punishment. Facularin was not fighting back any longer. And referee Tomeldan stepping in to wave it off. Noli James Maquilan defending his WBC Asia Continental Bantamweight Championship. Getting a big hug from his mother. And the trophy, symbolic of that championship. Maquilan over Facularin by a dramatic knockout in the 11th round. And we see the family of Noli James in the ring, in celebration, in jubilation, and why not? What a sensational victory by Noli James Maquilan. This guy is gonna go far in his boxing career. He has won 10 in a row. Congratulations, Noli James Maquilan.